I've been on social media for a while and like I've not had anyone talked about self-confidence in a way that people would understand. And I'm hoping you understand in this way because people just talk about self-confidence talking about, oh, you just have to dress good, oh, you just have to look good, oh, you just have to like get a good haircut. No, there are a lot of things that ties to your self-awareness. So many of us, we are so delusional. Like I'm also delusional, but like there are some times when we have to like be so real with ourselves, be so real with what we want to think. Like I can't walk into any room and someone will tell me, oh, you look ugly, or oh, your dress doesn't look good. I probably already know that. There is something I always tell people: define yourself before other people define you. And that's what I've been living by. Someone once asked me, what makes you confident? And at that moment, I didn't have an answer. I was like, because I knew there were so many things tied to my state of being confident and like my state of being, I just gave a random answer. But when people ask me those kind of questions, I go back and I reflect with myself. And during my search and during my like deep dive, I found out me being confident comes from self awareness. Like the act of being self aware really made me move so flawlessly, and like I'm just able to like walk into any room and be myself and love myself at the same time and not give a about what anybody thinks. Like self awareness really ties into so many things in your life, and to some it's a bad thing and to some it's a good thing, but for me it's a privilege. Hi, my name is Ray, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, well, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a continual subscriber, if that's even a word, welcome back. So first I would like to say I've not come here to be right. I've not come here to change your opinion. I've not come here to like judge you, or I've not come here to tell you what to do, because I don't also like people telling me what to do. There are a lot of opinions out there and it's okay to listen to anything. But for me, I've just come out here to share my own perspective. So in this episode, I will be covering topics about beauty standards, discipline, self-respect, the act of being who you are, the act of knowing people for who they are, the act of perspective, and how it ties into your self-awareness, and how self-awareness literally like ties into your state of being, and you being able to walk into any room knowing who you are, knowing everybody are just like you, and knowing you don't have to give a to live your life. So self-awareness, I feel like people think self-awareness is just something that comes to you, or like it's just something you discover in a day, or it's just something that you just like that you inherit. But for me, it's I don't think that's the case. I feel like self-awareness is something you learn to do. It's something that you give yourself the authority to do. Like so many of us, we are so delusional. Like I'm also delusional, but like there are some times when we have to like be so real with ourselves, be so real with what we want to think. Like I can't walk into any room and someone will tell me, oh, you look ugly, or oh, your dress doesn't look good. I probably already know that before you could tell me. That's what I'm talking about self-awareness. Like recently I don't even ask people, oh, what do you think about my look, oh, what do you think about my face, or what do you think about my clothes, or what do you think about like my shoes, because I don't give a anymore. Like I literally already defined myself. There is something I always tell people: define yourself before other people define you. And that's what I've been living by. Like I never allow anyone to define me by their own perspective. I define myself before anybody come up to me and like try to define me and put me in their bracket of perspective, which their perspective might be wrong, because we are different versions of ourselves to different people. Okay, don't let me lose my train of thought. I have to go straight to the point. You know, a big part of self awareness and self confidence is realizing how beauty standards have literally messed with our heads. Like, we grew up thinking of what a perfect person should look like, what a perfect beauty should look like, or what a perfect, handsome person should look like. Like, we already glorify, or like we already created so much images in our head, like a movie like images in our head of like beauty standards of what someone that is good looking should look like, and we forget to look around. Like we look at our phones and we look at all these sexy people that use filters or something, and we think, oh, that's how a human being should look like. But when you look at your surrounding, you will realize like that's not how 99 or 80% of people look like in natural life, if you get what I mean. Like we all look different in different ways. And the truth is, no one has ever, or no one is able to fit into that category of what a perfect person should look like, because there's no perfection. You have to realize that in this world we're in, there are different races, there are different people, there are different body types, there are different physiotypes, there are different personalities, there are different people in different ways. Like we are literally humans with different fonts and different like everything, which makes us actually like a very unique being. Like that's what makes everyone their unique self. So when they are talking about, oh, everybody are unique in their own way, that's what they mean. Like you are unique in your own way, because even though you have a personality of someone in a different race, you are not that person in a different race, if that make any sense. But self-awareness is knowing that there are beauty standards and there are people who society thinks are perfect, and you might not be that, but you have to do with what you have. That's what self-awareness is. You have to know you are not the most handsome person or the most beautiful person in the world, but you are beautiful and you are unique in your own way, and you have to do with the beauty you have. Like literally create a sense of style for yourself, create clothings, accessories, like look good for yourself. Like you just have to do with what you have. That's what self-awareness is. Like don't be delusional and think there are not a lot of people that are like actually more handsome than you. There are, but like what can you do? You can't do anything. You still have to be your own person. Like you are in this skin, you are in this being. You can't leave your body and go into someone else's. So why should you make yourself uncomfortable to the extent like you are thinking about like doing a lot of crazy things for your body? That's not worth it, because you would never fit into the societal perspective of what a perfect person should look like. Honestly, the real beauty isn't the most beautiful person in the room. It's the person that do what they can with their beauty and being confident. Like there's a way people say, wear clothes, don't let your clothes wear you. Like you have to be confident in yourself, where like you enter a room and your aura alone, it's about the perspective, it's about the personality you bring in into a room, it's about the aura, it's about like how you move yourself. I don't want to enter a room looking uncomfortable, because that way, even like if the most beautiful person comes inside a room and they are like looking so timid and like, oh, I don't want to be here, I wouldn't fuck with that. But when someone that is like societal average looking come in and like they have so much vibe, that's who I want to vibe with. I'm not gonna be vibing with someone that is like so perfectly structured by society. No. So, talking about perspective, the day I knew the meaning of perspective, that changed my whole life. Having a perspective, or like knowing that this world and this old life is based on like different perspective, will really change your world. And I really want people to like delve into the definition of perspective and tie it into their life. Like the act of perspective is really interesting in some kind of way. Knowing people, different people think about you differently. When you enter any room, different people see you in a different way. It will change your life. Like when I walk into a room, I try to remind myself that people judge or people see me differently. Some people don't even see me at all. Some people will see me and think, oh, it's literally rude because of its horror. Like people see you for the first time and they are judging you different ways, and some people don't even give a fuck about you, and that's okay because that's their perspective, if you get what I mean. And instead of being stuck to my head, I try to put myself in other people's shoes, because I'm gonna be thinking, if I'm not gonna judge someone for just being like themselves or for just existing, why should someone else's judgment define me, basically? Like why I would never see someone for the first time and think, oh my god, this person is this or this person is this. I just put myself in their shoes, and that really helped me to like move flawlessly in any room, because I know, oh, people are thinking about me differently. That shift, that awareness, that's what makes your confidence grows. When you start realizing that you don't have to control how people sees you, but you have to control how you see yourself. That's what perspective is. Like when you get that, like perspective stop being something that limits you, and then it becomes something that literally like freeze you. I never walk out from this room without making sure I'm good looking for myself. I don't try making myself good looking for someone else. Like, I don't like people telling me what to wear or like how to express my sense of style or anything, because if I'm being comfortable, I'm being comfortable. If I'm being uncomfortable, you are not the one being uncomfortable, I'm the one being uncomfortable. So I'm gonna leave my house, look at the mirror, and make sure I'm looking good for myself, not for anybody watching. You shouldn't have to fit yourself into a societal ideal of you and making yourself uncomfortable. I don't even want to be uncomfortable in myself. Like, you just literally have to get the perspective. You have to get that people think about you differently, and there's nothing you can change about that. So if there's nothing you can change about that, the only thing you can change is the way you see yourself and the way you express yourself for yourself. It's a one man's game. It's not everybody's game. I don't trust anyone to tell me what to wear. I don't trust anyone, because in this current generation we are in, everybody have taken, yes, oh my god, you look good, for granted. Like, people can't tell you the truth anymore. Everybody wants to be supportive. Everyone wants to be like girl's girl. Everyone wants to be like, they want to be your best friend. They want to be so nice to you. You can't trust anyone. And when you realize you can't trust anyone, that's when everything like literally changes for you. Me saying that doesn't mean I'm trying to say you shouldn't be nice to people or you shouldn't have empathy for people. I'm just trying to say be honest with yourself. You don't have to even say anything. Like, if something is bad, if they are your friend, you could tell them, oh, this doesn't look good. That's your perspective. If they feel good in that, then that's for them. That's what will make them comfortable. But if you are gonna sit down there and judge them but tell them, oh, it looks good, then that's not right, if you get what I mean. But yeah, there's no other way to do this. That's why I'm saying it's a one man's game. It's you that have to know what makes you feel comfortable. You have to know what makes you be a good looking person, or what makes you comfortable or confident in any room you are in. You know, one other thing that is also underrated about self confidence or like self awareness is discipline. I'm not talking about those kind of discipline where you have to like grind so hard to seek validation, or like where you have to grind so hard at work. No, I'm not talking about those ones where you have to like wake up 6 a.m. No, I'm not talking about those kind of discipline. I'm talking about the discipline of like promising yourself you're gonna do something and you do it just for the love for yourself, not for the validation of others. Like those kind of discipline when you plan or when you think to yourself that, oh, I want to start working out, and you start working out. You want to start an hobby and you start an hobby. You want to build a skill and you start a skill. You want to try new things and you start trying new things. That really boost your confidence in a way that other people won't understand. Other people won't understand it because like you are doing it for yourself, not for validation, not for oppression, just for yourself, just because you love yourself enough to do it for yourself. Because you love your body enough to work out, because you love your health enough to eat good, because you love your happiness enough to start a skill, to start an hobby, to like enjoy music. Like, you get what I mean? That's self-awareness in action, because you are not just drifting, you're like moving with intention. You're moving with like, oh yeah, I want to do this thing for myself, and you're doing it. Like, it's boosts your confidence in a very, like, in a very surprising way. I don't know how to express it enough, but like having discipline for yourself, like you don't have to do things to oppress people. And here's the thing, people automatically know when you are disciplined. Like, you don't have to express it to them. People will see it and like it magnets them to you. Like, it makes you an interesting person. So you don't even have to like try so hard. And now I'm gonna be talking about something that has been said a lot, but probably it's not getting into people's head, or people are not saying it in a way that really that's going to like be understandable. Let's talk about self-love and how it ties into your confidence. I can't express this enough. You have to love yourself. And it's not in a shallow way. I know people just expect you like, oh, love yourself. But for me, I'm gonna talk about myself and like how self-love actually worked for me, because I feel like when you talk about yourself and your experience with some certain things, people understand it better. So when I hated how I looked when I was in high school. Like I hated myself so much because I wasn't good looking. I was thinking about so many other things. I felt so insecure. If you guys watch, if you were here 2023, I did a video with my sister where we talked about self-love and how I wasn't loving myself and how she thinks I'm very good looking, but I couldn't trust her judgment because I felt like I wasn't good looking because I was insecure in myself. To be honest, you have to give yourself like a space, or you have to give yourself time to feel those like insecurity. I felt it. I gave myself time because I knew at some point I will have to get myself up and like realize I have to love myself, because there's nothing else you could do but to love yourself. So what I started doing is that I looked at the mirror more often and I started like loving how I looked. Like every pores in my eyes, I look at them. Every pores on my face, every pores in my neck, I look at my pimples and I'm like, oh, this boy is cute. Like saying those, I feel like when you say things to yourself every time, it becomes an habit and like it's really manifest, or it's really like stick into your brain, and your brain starts seeing yourself in a very glorified way. I feel like it's our brain that does most of the work. Like when we inject too many negativity into our body, like our brains reflect that to how we look. But when you try to sit back and like teach your brain how to love itself, how to love yourself, because what you're thinking in here will reflect to what you're saying outside. You have to stop living for people's approval. When you stop living for what you think something should look like, or what you think the societal definition of something is, that's when it actually works for you. Like you have to stop thinking about an automatic kind of like self-love. Like self-love is not automatic. You have to train yourself. It's a training. It's not some magical thing that just like comes to you. It's not something that like, oh, I love myself today. You would love yourself today. Tomorrow you might not love yourself. Next tomorrow you might love yourself. It's a very inconsistent kind of journey. There are sometimes you look very good to yourself. You will be like, eating, but like there are sometimes you will also be like, I don't look good. It's okay. I feel like it's normal to like have good days and bad days. Like literally I see things in a very, like when you start seeing things in a very beautiful way, then you start seeing yourself in a very beautiful way. When I started seeing people for who they are, like their authentic self, they're like, I see people for what is in here and what is in here, and like that reflect to what is in here, because I know what their true beauty is, not because of what my own societal definition of what beauty should be. If you get what I mean, like when you start seeing people for their beauty, you start seeing yourself for your beauty. Like, how are you gonna love someone else if you can't love yourself? But it's also the other way around. How are you gonna love yourself if you can't love other people? You have to spread love to get love. Clack it. One thing self awareness teaches you is knowing people for who they are. Like knowing everybody are different in different ways. Some people would judge you silently, some people would love you, some people would support you, some people would not even like get you at all. And that's totally fine because that's them. Like that's literally them. So trying to fit yourself into spaces you are not accepted, or trying to force people to change for you, or trying to like, you don't even have to cut them off. You don't have to change them. You don't have to like make them a different person, or you don't have to make them like you. You just have to limit, or you just have to decide how much access they get to you. Like I've literally have friends who don't get me, like we don't vibe at all, like, but I'm still friends with them, but like I just decide how much access they get from me. You get what I mean? Like they don't have full access to know me for who I am, because like I know this is where their perspective is, or I know who they are. I know they don't get me, they don't get my jokes. So like I reduce that part of me. So that's why people know you differently in different ways. At the end of the day, knowing people for who they are is not about trying to change them. It's not about you trying to change for them. It's just about like accepting them for who they are, and like going where you are valued. Like you don't have to stay in spaces that makes you uncomfortable. You don't have to force people to like get you by force. Oh, because she's my best friend, she has to know everything or something like that. If she doesn't care to know, you don't have to tell her. If she or he doesn't care to know, you don't have to tell them. Like literally, we are different people in different ways. Okay, I have a very hot take. I know this is going to, people are gonna judge me for this. But everybody you meet, or like you yourself, I feel like everybody should give a chance to get to know their zodiac signs. Recently, I started like researching and getting to know myself even more. So I googled about my zodiac sign. Before, I'm someone that I did not like people that are like, oh, what's your zodiac sign? They judge you through that, because I'm like, people are literally different people in different ways. But when I studied zodiac signs and I checked on people around me, that shit is literally true. Although there are people who are like healing, I'm a Gemini and I'm a healing Gemini. Those things are true. They are literally true. So like that also ties into self-awareness, because when I knew about my zodiac sign, not that I'm gonna use that as an excuse, but then I realized, oh my god, so I'm not the only one that literally like understand this part of like me acting this way. There are people that also act this way, and then I'm able to find a kind of way to like make myself less toxic to like other people around me, if that makes sense. But I feel like everybody should get to know their zodiac sign, or people they are with, you should get to know their zodiac signs. When I started loving myself, I thought to myself, I was like, why should I be giving into what people think about me? Like, there are people that see me in my ugliest and they accept me for that. Like, my family sees me when I have like all those big pink eye, and those are moments where I feel insecure about like my face or my body, or like when I have like rashes or stuff like that. Like, people that sees you during those moments that still love you, those are the people's eye you are supposed to be looking at, basically. Like, people that still love you at your lowest, like the only people I could trust are my family and some couple people that I know that have my best interest in art, you know? So that being said, I feel like my brain chemistry changed when I lost a parent. Like, I realized this life we are living in is actually more complicated than it is. Like, it's literally a one man's game. So you caring or you trying to fit into what life is, or what people think you are, or what people want you to be, is actually a waste of time. It's a waste of total time, because you are going to live all your life, and if there's an afterlife and they ask you what did you do throughout your life, you are just going to say you were being uncomfortable with yourself, and that shouldn't be what you would want. My sister once told me, she was like, live every day like it's your last, because you are not accountable for your life. So live your life the way you want to live it, because when if there's an afterlife, and if we go there and like you are being judged, you are not being judged in a group, you are being judged individually, if there is. With all that being said, I hope I'm able to convince you and not to confuse you. At first I said I'm not here to tell you what is right, I'm not here to tell you what to do. That I'm still standing by that. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I know this video will find someone, and someone will really wants to hear this, or someone who is struggling, because I wish someone could have told me, but there's no way I could tell you what to do. You already know what to do, but you might just need to hear it to like help you. You get what I mean? But I feel like everybody knows what to do, but they just need to hear it multiple times to know what to do. So with that being said, I love you guys and thank you so much for watching.